to No Such Thing as a Bad Movie podcast. I'm April Boomansky, and I'm here today with
Justin the Ghoul.
I'm Colin Corpse Cunningham.
Yeah, Corpsingham.
Corpsingham.
Reanimated Corpse.
Yeah.
Because today we're talking about, a fantastic movie. It is 1994.
Here we go.
Kenneth Branagh's. Sorry, is it Kenneth Branagh's Mary Shelley's Frankenstein?
Okay, we need to take a step back. If you're like a Frankenstein head, specifically Kenneth Branagh's Frankenstein's head, this is the first time you're listening to this episode, we need to clarify, April loves Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah.
Check out
Loves
our
him.
Dead Again movie. And if you thought Dead Again was over the top, you're a boy.
Yeah.
It's just baffling.
This is
why
she may love Kenneth Branagh, but not as much as he loves himself.
Oh my God, he loves himself.
And hey, this is a topical movie, a new Frankenstein in theaters now.
Yeah.
Wow, we're riding the wave.
Yeah, we got Frankenstein fever.
We haven't seen it yet. Justin, have you seen that?
I'm seeing it tonight at the Lightbox
Oh,
on
no
35 millimeter.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's playing on film.
We're talking
now,
about
I didn't check.
Guillermo-
Did he shoot it on film?
I believe he did.
Okay.
I cannot
Question mark?
confirm nor deny.
I don't know.
I'm not super excited. I hope it will surprise me.
Neither am I. I haven't heard good things, but
I still really want to see it, though.
I do,
So
yeah.
let us know how it is, Justin.
I'll say right from the get-go, Frankenstein's the monster, big fan. The Frankenstein story, meh, I can give or take it.
it's okay.
I think
Yeah.
that there's, I like it in this movie, but it's like, do I want?
April.
I think do I want to see Oscar? What's his name? Oscar
Isaac.
Wilde.
Oscar
Isaac.
Everybody says that Jacob Elordi is amazing in the movie.
Yeah,
that,
that's-
he's the best thing. So that kind of excites me.
That's
I'm
the
like,
one
oh, I like a good
consistent thing that
Frankenstein.
I've heard. Although I don't like
Yeah.
the design of his
Base.
the creature at all. It's
Now,
just,
what do you want from a Frankenstein monster?
I don't know. I'm a big fan of the Bernie Wrightson. Have you ever seen
I
that?
really like the Bernie Wrightson.
Yeah.
Like, very monstrous.
Yeah.
Frankenstein.
And that's why I know Guillermo del Toro is like a huge fan, and I was kind of hoping he would go in that direction, but it's like
Yeah, like the Bernie Wrightson. So there's many different. Like, sorry, I'm looking at like different covers. He's got kind of like corpse face. Like he's got like a big chin
And, like, the rotted
like,
nose and-
the rotted nose, like no nose, and like the skull is starting to cave in. But he's got like a full head of hair too.
Yeah, that's the
So,
Jacob Elordi one. He just looks like Jacob Elordi with like long, luscious hair. He looks really hot. and
Too
stuff.
hot.
Does he have? I haven't even seen a photo of him. What he looks like Frankenstein.
Yeah, I saw him like on set, like not on set, but
You saw
a picture
photo
from
of him
set.
on set?
Oh yeah, you didn't work on Frankenstein, did you?
No, our friends did.
We have
though.
friends that did because it's a Guillermo movie, so obviously Toronto production.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So I thought, this would be a perfect.
Yes.
You kind of brought it up, and I was like, oh my God, that's perfect.
Oh,
That's
April
perfect.
didn't even pick it, or was
She
she
did.
doing?
I
she
did,
was
but I was
okay.
like, here's a list of movies. What should I do? And I guess I kind of,
okay.
I believe somebody actually requested this a while ago.
Okay, because I've seen this before. I saw it when it came out on video.
Yeah, I did too.
Now,
and that was the last time I saw it.
caught half an hour, 45 minutes on TV back in the day. I remember watching it at my parents'
And
house.
did you just get the vapors and you're like, that's too much Kenneth Branagh. I can't take any more.
I remember liking it, and I think it was in high school when the Kenneth Branagh obsession started. So I mean,
What do you remember? What triggered it?
Hamlet.
Hamlet.
Kenneth
Okay.
Branagh's 3.5 hour, maybe 4 hour Hamlet.
Have you read some quotes from Kenneth Branagh about this movie? I want to like slap him and be like, read any book or watch any movie. He's like, Victor Frankenstein's a little bit like Hamlet. It's like,
Well, that's the thing. He takes this story and turns it into one of his Shakespeare movies, and
Yeah.
I love that, like the audacity.
I think the issue with this movie is that Kenneth Branagh, I'm going to say it different every time. He doesn't like this material very much.
I don't
And
know.
I think he could. We don't know for sure.
Yeah, I think that's why it's so bombastic. It's kind of
my
like he
God.
doesn't really have a take on it, so he just tries to make it like as loud as possible. God, the score.
The
of this
score
movie
is so bad.
I mean,
and it's never ending.
yeah.
a composer I love, who he's worked with many times before, but in this
All right,
movie,
wait, I gotta take a step back. You love him only because he's worked with Kenneth, because he hasn't really done anything else.
he's done. I know, that's not true. Patrick Doyle has done a ton of other things, not just
Has
Kenneth
he? I'm gonna
Branagh
look right
movies. But he is doing a Tim Burton score in this that is wrong.
Yeah, it's like Danny
It's
Elfman.
It's sorry. Yeah, I meant Batman. Danny
lot of
Elfman.
like Batman themes in this, and it just never stops, and it's so
It was
it's
the style
so,
at the time.
so bombastic and overbearing.
I love the
And-
way that this movie is shot, though. It goes
but
with
it
the
doesn't-
bombacity.
It doesn't have a
match.
point of view though. Like it's just like if the camera's always moving. I'm just gonna give a thesis right off the top here. The camera's always moving. Like this is there's a bombastic, never-ending Frankenstein. That's like the thing that I would love, but it's like it's just there's no juice to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
April,
it's just-
Colin?
It worked for me.
I just
but-
feel
I
like
know you're a mark though for this kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
I think everything like that he brings to it is kind of just at odds with the material.
Yes.
Like, and it just doesn't fit. Like I'm picturing this score, it might go well in like Dead Again because that was so over the top and like
Yeah, and
campy,
campy, yeah.
kind of like a De Palma movie or something like that. But it really doesn't fit here, and it just gives it this breathless like pace that like I think the movie just doesn't work because of it.
We'll get to it, but like I think the film really crystallized and the lack of control Kenneth had over this, where there's a scene where like the monster attacks him right after it comes to life, and it cuts through like a bunch of flashes of faces, and you can tell as like a filmmaker, Kenneth was like, this doesn't work. We need to save this somehow. I did not shoot this correctly. So I don't know. It's a montage, and you're like, this should be like tension.
You
and,
know what
like,
I read? I
vibe.
read that. Are you talking about the scene where they're like slipping on the ground and stuff?
No. It's a scene where he's running around. It's when the monster escapes. There's like flashes of people's faces that like are superimposed over the screen, and they're like, "You shouldn't have messed with blah 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 blah."
I love that kind of editing, but you're right. It could
I
have
do too.
It could have been like you're saying it didn't really feel like it served a purpose other than maybe
No,
covering up something.
It's covering up a mistake. That's what it is. Yeah, where a sequel should be suspenseful and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's start at the beginning because I'm sure we'll be able to maybe by the end of this talk, I will love this movie. April will
Yeah.
turn me around.
I get that. I think what you're saying is maybe Kenneth Branagh himself and his character overtake any themes in the original source material in the movie, so it just turns into the Kenneth Branagh show, which is
Yeah.
what all his movies do.
Yeah, that doesn't really bother me too much. I'm watching this trailer of the movie. Man, this trailer looks like the most amazing movie ever, where it's like zooms, people exploding, catching fire,
That's the
jumping off
movie.
cliffs. Yeah, but it's just it's difficult for me, I guess, to vocalize that. I feel like it never lands. Like this stuff is happening, but it's just a mush.
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
get
sure
it.
people could say that about a lot of the movies that I love. But I think it's just there's no pointedness, and like this is not Kenneth's like he's not doing an action version of Frankenstein.
No.
There is action, and I mean, hey, it's a lot better than I Frankenstein.
Yes, you know what? I will give you that. It's better than I Frankenstein. The Aaron Eckhart slog where I'm like, has the movie started? Is it over?
And like I
don't know.
like that it's gothic, but it's not dark gothic. It's more like British Pride and Prejudice gothic kind of. And I like the kind of like the corsets, and again, there were a lot of movies like this in the 90s that were targeted towards people like me, women,
Yeah.
who like that kind of like
the period
British
piece.
period piece romance, and so that's in here. But it also has all the Frankenstein stuff with the monster and the there's a lot in this movie. It's a lot crammed in. And I also read the book. I wanted to say, which I
haven't,
in
actually.
elementary school. It was a long time ago.
Oh.
But I liked
you know,
it.
I recently learned, hearing Guillermo del Toro do interviews, that there's actually like an earlier version written in 1918, that the 1931 is a revision that Mary Shelley did.
Oh.
And that the 1918 one is like more raw and kind of like personal. And Victor Frankenstein and his wife are cousins in that version.
Yeah.
Well, that's better
they're
than I mean, is
kind
it
of
better?
being-
They're like step siblings in this.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Which is just oh
That
God.
line. Sorry, before I forget, there was a video game based on this. Yeah, we
Oh,
looked
it's
it
for
up.
Nintendo?
Yeah, no, for Sega CD.
Yeah, we were watching it last
There's a
night.
long play on YouTube, and the graphics and the animation are actually pretty good. But like,
It's so
I
funny.
can't believe they made a game out of this.
Is it an
movie.
FMV game? Oh,
think
it's an
it-
adventure game.
It's an adventure
And
fighting
you play
game.
You
Yeah.
play Frankenstein's monster?
Yeah, you
Yes.
play the monster and you can fight Helena Bonham Carter's character.
Yeah, Elizabeth. You
Like
fight her.
it
at
looks
one
like
point.
Mortal Kombat. Like they're fighting one another.
Yeah, it's bizarre that it exists.
It's so
I'm
good.
looking here. Frankenstein, Sega CD, all bosses, no damage. One of the bosses, dog. soldier, wolf, landlord, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
You gotta
That's
fight
so
that
funny.
landlord.
Elizabeth is a boss.
Sailor 1, Sailor 2. Who's the final boss? Oh, Victor Frankenstein. That makes sense.
Yeah, and we've got the well. First of all, it's like a stacked cast. I was looking before the movie started, and I'm like, "Holy shit, we've got everybody in this." Helena Bonham Carter, she was like all the rage at the time. You got Robert De Niro as the creature. Tom Hulse from
Amadeus
from
himself.
Amadeus. He didn't even take off his powdered wig. He just like left it on.
That's exactly what I thought too when he showed up.
I'm ready to shoot, guys.
He doesn't do his laugh though. His trademark
Did
Amadeus
he do
laugh.
it once?
Oh, in the movie?
Yeah.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think so.
No, I guess not. We watched a bunch of Amadeus videos after, so now I'm
Yeah.
confused.
But he does rip some farts in this movie, so like he does
Oh,
in Amadeus.
okay.
We have to watch
The
Amadeus.
funniest man. Speaking of laughs, we got John Cleese in this movie as well.
Unrecognizable. I was like,
It's like, do you think they cast who's that other comedian? He kind of looks like in this one, Bill Connolly. They're like, hey, can we get Bill Connolly?
He kind of
And
does.
he's like,
well, I think the producers apparently didn't like John Cleese being in it because he's too comedic. So
thought it would be distracting.
They added like prosthetics, and it really doesn't look like him at all. Like
No,
I
it
was,
doesn't.
Didn't
I was kind of
recognize him at first.
yeah, I was like struggling. I'm like, is that him? I don't know.
And we'll get to it, but Robert De Niro is fantastic in this, and
He's really
he should
good.
have been nominated for an
Yeah.
Oscar.
No, I like him a lot.
I feel like there's not enough time spent with Robert De Niro
no,
in this movie.
no, not at all.
But I like that it takes a long time to get to him. Don't show him too early. But I know what you mean. I feel like we could have had more time
Yeah.
with him in the second half, being lamenting his existence. It's
Yeah,
not.
like I wanted to feel more
yeah.
sympathetic
There's
for
not
the
enough-
monster,
not
which is
enough of
always
that.
my favorite adaptations of Frankenstein, where you kind of feel bad for him. And I didn't quite get enough of that in this one.
Yeah, I did. There was a little bit, but not enough. But I did. He's really good. He's like the kind of standout, and that was the big selling point of the movie when it was being released. It was like,
When he shows up and he's like, "I'm not gonna take your vaccine."
Oh,
There's
God.
no way! I'm like, hey, it's like real Robert De Niro.
the original anti-vaxxer.
yeah, that was so funny.
And we'll get to it, but then later they're like, "You're the one that caused the plague to come," which
Yeah.
maybe he was.
Yeah,
because he
that's-
refused to
it's
get
kinda hilarious.
vaccinated. Anyway, the beginning of the movie, much like the book, starts off in the North Pole, and
yeah,
there's
so
a ship of people.
Aidan Quinn is the captain of the ship. They're doing an expedition to the North Pole. It sounds like the crew is ready to mutiny. They get stuck in the ice, and then Victor Frankenstein shows up out of the fog.
And he's like, "There's someone chasing me."
I love that. Like he's like, "Let me tell you what happened," and then cuts to like a POV of Frankenstein's monster like racing toward the boat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him Frankenstein from now on, in case people want to know. And then like cuts back to him being like, "And let me start. I was in medical school," and it's like, wait a minute. So is he telling the whole story as Frankenstein just races towards the boat?
Yeah, his whole life story.
All these like dogs run off into the mist, and then you hear them being killed, and it's like, we have to save the dogs, and he's like, no, they were already dead.
How did you love April, the beginning, where it's like, "Hello, it's me, little Kenneth Branagh.
Oh.
I'm just a boy."
I mean, I loved it. I mean, you're talking about like when it was Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah.
When it is Kenneth Branagh, it's
yeah,
like,
because
"I'm
he's
a
like,
big lollipop."
He goes,
he's
hello,
like,
mother.
"Oh, mother," yeah, and like
Like,
he's a
he's
45-year-old man.
He's older than his mom, I think, in
I-
this scene.
They said it. I believe they're around the same age.
Okay.
But yeah, the whole catalyst for him turning into a evil scientist is his mother is. I guess it's weird because he's so old, but then his mom is the same age.
I
So
don't
then she's
think
pregnant.
he's that old. I did look. He's like in his mid-30s.
Okay.
So,
All right.
But I think
Yeah.
he's supposed to be like in
He's
his...
supposed to be like
20
15.
or-
Yeah.
yeah,
50.
probably like 19. He's going to like medical school. I don't think
He's like
35.
Kurt Russell when he did Guardians 2. He's like, they didn't need to do any CGI on my face. They just used makeup.
Sure.
And they pulled it off. It's like you watch the movie. It's like, no, they redid your face,
It's like
Kurt.
completely
Like,
CGI.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, women are at that time period in danger of dying during childbirth, and exponentially so if they're older. So I guess that's what happened to Victor's mom.
Yeah, she dies giving
I
birth.
was like, is she 60 giving birth?
Yeah,
Like, is that
yeah,
what's
I don't
happening?
know. There's some complication. Ian Holm is the father, by the way.
Ian Holm in this.
Yeah, there you go. He's great. He's always good. But yeah, so she dies during childbirth, giving birth to his brother.
brother.
Who is just comically young throughout the entire. The age difference between them is so funny.
They didn't have birth control,
I
so
not.
so women are just dying of childbirth.
Yeah, but he says, "I love how his mom is being buried, and he's like, I swear, I will.
I'll put a stop to this.
I'll put a stop to this death. I'm gonna prevent.
I appreciate how the film kind of slowed down and let us kind of rest. I'm just kidding. Nope. He's
No.
like, we're racing around, lightning bolts, and I am very disgusted at the anti-lightning bolt direction this film takes.
Electric eels is his way. But no, I love the scene where so as we said, Helena Bonham Carter, Elizabeth, is adopted as a child into the family around the time the mother dies.
Mm-hmm.
And so they grow up together. And then there's a time jump where they're running on a hilltop in the Swiss Alps, seemingly. And
Beautiful, by the way.
they're chasing like a thundercloud.
Sound of music.
It's
Yeah, it
ridiculous.
looks like
Scene
Sound of
is
Music.
ridiculous,
classic Sound
and
of
it's
Music
so funny. I don't even know what's happening.
Well, they do. He sticks like a lightning rod in the ground, and they all lay down on the grass.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh, lightning.
And it's
then
like,
they
ooh.
touch fingers. It's like,
They get static electrified.
I do love like the production design and the cinematography, like some beautiful shots of the mountainscapes and the locations, which I assume they shot in Switzerland.
They did. I looked it up.
They did. Okay. As I think they're living in Geneva or something like that.
Yeah, and another thing I wanted to point out, their ridiculous atrium, I guess. The
Staircase?
staircase.
Okay, that is the
Oh,
most
yeah.
dangerous looking staircase.
well, that is just like, that's how they do it in operas and stuff like that.
Yes.
That big winding staircase. You see it all the time. We all go to the opera. We know what it's like.
But
it
like,
looks very theatrical.
needs a railing.
I
And
know.
later in the movie, someone
Whoa,
does
whoa,
fall off
whoa.
that staircase.
9 banana cream pies.
They have the little boy on their shoulder, like right on the edge of this staircase.
Yeah, it looks very dangerous and sharp and
Life was cheap.
Yeah, it was. I would have a slide installed if I had like a staircase like that. That would be
Yeah.
fun. That'd be super fun. Going up it would be terrible.
It's a really, really odd set design choice
it
that I
looks-
think looks bad.
I think it looks.
You don't like it? I like it.
I love it. I just love how outrageous it is, like everything else in this movie.
Well,
Yeah.
Kenneth Branagh is in a weird position because this film is executive produced by Francis Ford Coppola.
it was supposed to
Yeah.
be directed by him, I think.
Maybe, but like I think that like he cannot. I mean, Kenneth Branagh has never been too much of an expressionist guy, but like you feel that that's how you would push this movie into an interesting direction. But he's going against what Dracula did. Like he can't do Dracula, so that's
No.
why I feel it's kind of tamped down in what it could have been.
Yeah, I think Coppola was going to follow up Dracula with this, and then he moved on to something else, and Kenneth Branagh took it over. But some of the earlier casting choice, just reading the IMDb trivia is so funny. It's like, at one point, Tim Burton was going to direct, and Arnold Schwarzenegger was going to be Frankenstein.
I would have loved that.
Hey, if you want to believe that that's true, go ahead. I mean, I'm
Oh,
sure
God.
their names were floated in
Oh,
an
and
executive
yeah.
meeting at some point.
And then at one point, like Randy Quaid was going to be the monster.
Come on.
So I think Branagh, or I think it was Coppola that insisted on De Niro, and it was just like, okay, cool, fine, whatever.
Well, look at like Dracula. You know, all the young hot stars of today were in that.
Yeah.
and
Oh
it
yeah,
worked,
like that
you
great
know?
British actor who plays Jonathan Harker.
Oh, Keanu Reeves from
Yeah.
London.
Oh yeah, from London. I love that interview with Francis Ford Coppola where he's like, he really tried. He tried so hard to get that accent.
But yeah, I mean, the style is definitely more theatrical. It's more Shakespeare.
It is, yeah.
Characters are basically doing soliloquies.
Yeah.
They're pronouncing their feelings for each other in a verbose manner.
Very, very, yeah.
Now, interestingly, this was a rewrite that someone, was it Kenneth, got Frank Darabont to do a draft.
Yes.
And Frank Darabont's like, he fucked my script.
His quote was
I think
so
Kenneth
funny.
did a rewrite himself after Frank Darabont and other guy wrote it.
No, it was originally some a woman that sold it to Francis Ford Coppola, and then Darabont was brought on to add stuff from the book back on. But it was like, his quote is so funny. It's just like, it's one of the best scripts I've ever written and one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because he said it was just completely Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah, I mean,
through and through.
this movie, I guess, was panned.
It was.
Yes.
It was not
Yeah.
well received at all.
Really
But
badly.
They're wrong. It's a good movie.
Okay, April, what do you like about it?
I like the theatricality of it. I like that it's dramatic. I like it in the same way I like Brian De Palma. I like that it's over the top, and I like that it is I kind of like that it's up its own ass. That it's
Yeah.
it's vain.
Yeah.
and
It is. It's
you know.
really entertaining.
I like that. I think that the issue is that like Brian De Palma is so focused in his filmmaking, while this is not.
Well,
This is kind of like you roll the dice. You're like, how am I going to shoot this? I don't know. The camera will spin around me. Okay. And that's like what we shoot that day.
It is throwing a lot, and what's so weird is Branagh's later work has almost none of that. Like as soon as he got out of the Shakespeare factory and started doing Thor and stuff, and I guess he became a director for hire.
Yeah. Like Artemis Fowl.
His other stuff, yeah, it's just and those Murder on the Orient Express movies.
Oh, yeah.
Those are also shot boringly.
Yeah,
Like, so
very
what? Like what?
stylish.
I guess I like that this is like before he was somehow, I guess, had to squeeze his style into Hollywood. But what is his style? It's kind of a lot. And here more than his Shakespeare movies are not this crazy either, but they are. There is some fun stuff happening in those as well.
So Victor Frankenstein goes to school. He meets Amadeus. They meet the man who does silly walks. And
I like all this Doctor, the Nick-esque turn of the 17th century Doctor stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of very rushed, this section. Yeah. I feel like they're kind of at
they
school.
They have to.
Yeah, they have to rush right through it because the beginning was so, long getting up to this point. Because they have like a big dance scene before he leaves for Germany.
It's a real like watching money burn on screen movie.
Oh,
for
for sure.
Guys,
yeah.
if this was made today, this movie would be 3 hours long.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I have a little movie for you called Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, and what's that?
Oh, God.
3 hours
It's
long.
3 hours
Is it really?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know how long his movie is?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I think there's an hour before like he brings the monster to life.
Oh, boy.
Well, so
it's
that
150 minutes.
makes this movie look a little better, doesn't it?
No.
This movie is just over 2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this whole section I feel feels very rushed. So he kind of he starts arguing with like his surgery instructor, played by Robert Hardy. I know him from All Creatures Great and Small, but he was in the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, right. Cornelius Fudge.
Yeah, he's very good in this.
A lot
scene.
of Harry Potter characters in this.
So
actors.
I kind of missed how he gets hooked up with John Cleese in this. Like he starts arguing with, Robert Hardy, and then John Cleese is kind of like, "Come, I'll show you some of my work."
And then he shows him a reanimated monkey hand.
Yeah, so using electricity, you can kind of like reanimate these dead creatures or something like that.
Because Victor, he wants to bring the dead back to life, which is, what could go wrong,
Yeah.
right? And Tom Hulse is just like...
Kind of just along for the ride.
Like little, effeminate sidekick.
And he's like, no!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's his last line of the movie. No! A lot of people say no in this movie. Much, like a Darth Vader.
Yeah.
style.
Yeah. A lot of like shouting up to the heavens. And then so we meet John Cleese is like inoculating because there's like cholera coming through, or there's a cholera outbreak. Yeah, and then Robert De Niro's character, who's like this sort of, you're like Cockney guy from London with a peg leg.
I think he's supposed to be some sort of criminal.
Yeah, he's like, "You're not sticking me with that needle." I'm like, wow, fuck.
So then he sticks him.
Yeah,
And by which I mean he stabs John Cleese.
Yeah, he pulls this knife out of his crutch or something, and then he's eventually hung.
Not eventually, it's like immediately.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Forgot what movie. Nothing happens eventually in this movie.
Everything's kind of hard and fast.
Yeah, so it's like he's hung and then immediately like
He's hanged.
Victor.
Yeah, he drops his trousers. He's hung.
He's
And then Victor grabs him, and I think, is it Tom Hulse who's like, "This is the man that killed your friend."
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Well, it's the body.
It's just a
He's
part.
there."
It's just
Yeah.
a part. And
Body parts.
He like cuts him down and then takes John Cleese's brain, puts it into De Niro's body,
Which is very against John Cleese's wishes. He was anti everything that Victor was trying to do.
right, I guess. But
Yes.
here, okay, so and then we get it's like the cholera outbreak comes. Elizabeth comes to Frankfurt, I think, to try to get him to come home.
He kind of sends her away.
He kind of sends her away, so he kind of like sends them all away. He's so obsessed. We kind of just rush through it, but this scene, the reanimation scene, is so funny.
It's so hilarious.
Well, you know what's weird is it kind of comes out of nowhere. Like he has a conversation with is it Helena Bonham Carter, and he's like, "All right, time to reanimate."
Yeah,
and he's like,
and the music is like going nuts. It's right out of like Batman Forever.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he takes his shirt off.
Oh yeah, he ain't putting that shirt back on.
Jesus, like this, he will take any excuse to get his shirt off in this movie. And the funny thing is, I can't find anything about it now, but there was rumors going around at the time. My friend told me when this came out.
They CG'd over his pecs?
He airbrushed. He had his abs airbrushed.
With makeup.
I
mean, it kind of looks like it, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, like this like sweaty, like amber lit, I felt like I was watching like Darkman or something.
Yeah.
And he brings in all these eels. He has a tank. A thing comes from the ceiling, chains, and he has this like giant thing on the ceiling that looks like a parachute
it's
a
bladder.
Like
this gigantic undulating sack full of eels. It's just like, when did he build all this? And, he's got this like copper coffin that, Frankenstein goes in, or the monster, I should say, Robert De Niro. Mm-hmm. Now, first of all, like the look of Robert De Niro, if he's just taking his body and then putting the brain, it feels like there's a lot of unnecessary cuts and stitches.
Yeah, why did he cut like up the face to put the brain in?
He gave him a new eye, but he should only have one patch around the eye. The one that's like across why is his mouth is all fucked up?
His whole body is fucked up. He's like covered in stitches. Like, what was he doing? I could understand if he's taking parts from, different bodies or something like that.
Looked
but
like
he wasn't.
Just the skin almost.
Yeah, and it kind of carries through, to the end.
Yeah, when he does it again.
I won't spoil that yet. But this scene is just so outrageous and over the top. I love it. Like, I love how bombastic it is. And
Me
just
too.
He's like hopping around, flipping switches and like spinning dials and
it's funny because it's Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just wish there was more tension to the scene because it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, it just
happens.
Yeah,
and there's no like something fun about Frankenstein sequences is like, what if it doesn't work? Like, what is the cost of this? Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
He's not
it's
really
kind of
thinking
like
about that.
It could have just been like eating a sandwich and be like, oh, all right, it's time for me to do it.
Well, was it because of his John Cleese died?
Yeah, and he had a conversation before that, I think, which I don't remember with who. But John Cleese died like ages ago before he brought him back to life.
Well, he had his brain on ice somehow.
Yep.
Somehow.
And then we enter the comedy portion of the film when Robert De Niro comes to life.
This is the funniest scene.
A pool of amniotic fluid. I don't know where he got all that amniotic fluid.
He was saving it from all the births, remember?
So he went to like where women give birth and like brought a bucket and
remember he was paying off the nuns at the nunnery and they were like giving him buckets of amniotic fluid.
Gross.
It's so gross.
I love that Kenneth Branagh in like interviews he's like, I wanted there to be a lot of birth visual. It's like what a dumb guy answer.
Oh,
like,
God.
I don't know, Frankenstein, you're born? Can we have like vaginas and births and stuff like that?
It's being birthed.
Yeah, the scene of him. So Robert De Niro falls out of this tank. They all get covered in amniotic fluid. This is like something out of a fucking comedy. It's like a Naked Gun, him trying to stand up.
So yeah, he keeps trying to stand up and he keeps slipping, and it goes on forever.
And there's no music.
It just goes on.
The one time the music, and you just hear like the slippery sounds.
So, okay, my favorite part of the movie, it could be Kenneth Branagh shirtless. No, but it's definitely like the monster's like, oh, and he like lands on a hook that shoots him up in the air, and then something bonks him on the head. I'm like, what is going on?
And then Kenneth Branagh or Victor is just like, I guess he's dead.
Shit.
It didn't work.
All right, I'm done with this.
Yeah, why did that pulley thing like chain him
lift
up?
him up in the
Why
air?
would he even have it in this
It's
lab?
like a Rube Goldberg like point.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh no, it's gonna put him into the grinder.
It made me laugh so hard.
Oh, I was like in
bonk
tears.
on his head. It's right out of a Sam Raimi movie.
Well, I was thinking a lot about Sam Raimi, as you said, Darkman, and especially later when he's walking around in the cloak.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's Darkman coded.
For sure. The music especially.
Which I think came out before this, right?
1990. Dark
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I'm a fan of a movie called Darkman.
Man. You could say that the monster himself is a bit of a man that is dark. Kind of like Hamlet.
I asked Sam where he got the coat, Darkman's coat. I used it for this movie. So yeah, I think he immediately regrets this. He's like, "Oh Jesus, well, I guess."
I
he's
like how
dead.
he just leaves him hanging there.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh well,
Gotta go.
back to the grind."
Bye.
He eventually escapes with his coat and Victor's diary, which is very
Yeah, I
important.
feel like one of the issues is that like the monster and Victor don't have much interaction here.
No.
and
No.
then they don't interact for like another like hour after this.
Yeah, in their time, it's probably like
their time,
I don't
yeah.
know, like a year or something.
A year.
maybe.
Like Victor Frankenstein is like, what, a monster? You mean that naked guy that slipped on the pulley system that pulled him up in the air and then bonked his head? That guy?
And then he just escapes by like hiding on the back of a wagon of corpses.
Yeah, so he kind of gets chased out of town because
Yeah,
somebody
people
recognizes
do see
him. They're
him.
like, "You're the guy who didn't get vaxxed."
How did they recognize that guy? Like this monster, like
Yeah.
Still looks like
covered
Robert
in-
De Niro.
Kind of.
No offense to Robert De Niro.
So yeah, he hides out in like a kind of poor farmer's shed for like, I don't know, an untold amount of time, like a month or something.
I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure this is in the book.
He never smokes a big cigar. What a waste of time.
Why is that from Young Frankenstein?
That's from Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, he smokes like a big cigar.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking of Young Frankenstein where he's with Gene Hackman.
Oh, great scene.
Oh, it was fantastic.
But yeah, he hides out in their barn, and
This
the
is like-
family like knows he's there, but they
I don't
like
know if the family
well,
does.
no, they're like, oh, it must have been the spirit of the
He
forest.
kind of does things for them because they're having a hard time farming.
They
'cause
gotta
it's
know
winter.
something's up. They're not stupid. But the blind grandfather, because he has superhuman hearing.
It is
can
so
hear him.
obvious that he is hiding because there's like a hole in the wall to the shed
Yeah.
next door, and
Now, this-
his
yeah,
whole
I know.
face is just like
it's
stuck
there.
right in.
Well, this actor is in all of Branagh's Shakespeare movies.
Oh, I see.
Played Polonius in Hamlet.
Oh, okay.
He's a great actor.
Yeah,
but
so he does little things to help this family out. He like pulls all the whatever vegetables out of the. I guess he's got super strength or something.
he learns how to read, or as he says later, maybe remembers how to read.
Yeah, so he's watching the dad teaching the kid the alphabet. He learns how to read. Blah 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 blah.
This is how he starts to read the diary and gets an idea of where he came from, who Victor is, who Elizabeth is, which is like,
And all these people I want to murder.
which is very Dracula-esque, which is like, not only do I want to kill you, I want your bride.
Yeah, he doesn't really like have any kind of hatred for him at the start, and he kind of goes in. The family goes away, but the old man is like kind of alone.
I love this scene between him and the old blonde grandfather. It's
so-
tender.
Yeah, De Niro kind of kills this landlord that comes begging for money. Or,
I mean,
like, he's threatening the old man. For money.
Landlords, am I right?
Yeah.
I wish Frankensteins would do them all away.
So he is a really
He's an
nice-
evil
yeah,
landlord.
he is a very nice scene with the old man, which I wished we got more of. But the family comes back and sees him and is horrified and kind of chases him. And
Yeah, like I thought
They're, like,
that
beating him
there was
immediately.
gonna be like him interacting with the little girl. Isn't that like Frankenstein
No,
101?
that's a creation for the movie.
Oh.
yeah, where he kind of throws her in the
Never
water.
mind.
Yeah, but they kind of chase him out, and he's all crying outside, and you really feel bad for him.
Yeah,
Great
Was that you
performance.
yawning, or was that him crying?
that's him crying. I like it when he stands in front of the burning building and he's like, "I will have revenge."
Yeah, why did he burn down there?
Well, he
I
goes
guess
back.
He's angry.
He goes back, and the family has all just abandoned the place.
Well,
They've
they
taken
can't
off.
pay the rent. Although, actually, I think he killed that landlord, so they have to leave, or they'll be like persecuted for murder.
Either that, or they're
prosecuted.
just terrified of this creature that's like
that too.
came into the house. So they took off, and then he burns down the cottage or something.
But also, then it just cuts to him like walking on like a snowy mountain,
Mm-hmm.
and he somehow can get to Geneva,
Yeah.
where Frankenstein's house is.
Hey, it's like a shot from Lord of the Rings or something.
Yes.
Of like them traveling.
Da-da-da.
Yeah, it's really funny. Then I guess he walks all the way to Geneva, where I guess Victor returns and he's going to marry.
He patches things up with Elizabeth.
Yeah, they eventually marry. It's really gross. That line she
It's
says.
gross because when they were about to consummate it, she goes, brother and sister no more.
Ooh.
Do you have to bring it up, lady?
Just make her, I don't know, whatever.
This is like very like romance. Like they have a big like reconciliation and they have a fight and she's crying. I don't remember exactly, but there's a lot of just them arguing and then they get back together and then they get married.
It's like during a storm or something, and then I think his little brother like wanders out somehow and runs into Frankenstein's monster, who it's implied kills him. I don't think we see it.
It wasn't clear to me what happened.
Yeah, he kind of
until
runs
later.
off.
And then they somehow blame it on the other girl.
Like the kind of housekeeper.
I don't know who this woman is.
Yeah, I think it's the servant. And then De Niro plants the kid's locket on her. So it makes it look like she murdered the boy.
And then they kill her immediately.
The people in this movie, though, they're like so excited to like form a giant mob to attack people at the drop of the hat. They're like the Simpsons.
Yeah,
it's a mob forward movie.
It's like an instant angry mob. And they like hang her before, the Frankensteins can even get there to see her. And it's actually like a shocking scene. It's like, Jesus Christ.
It's brutal.
Yeah, it's really brutal.
And she kind of looks like Emma Thompson, which is uncomfortable because Kenneth Branagh famously was cheating on his wife, Emma Thompson, with Helena Bonham Carter in this movie. Mm-hmm. And I did want to point out that you can tell that this was happening because Branagh and Carter have palpable sexual chemistry.
Mm-hmm. She looks very young in this movie, like a little baby.
She kind of always looks like that, but I think that she wasn't like a teenager or anything. I'd have to look it up. I was gonna say how
She was 28 years old.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she just has like a baby face.
So then De Niro kind of beats up. He kind of explains to Victor. I think
When do they meet up in that cave?
he like kidnaps him and then takes him to a cave or something.
That's it's amazing. It's like Victor is like climbing a hill, and then Frankenstein is like roar, like he pops out and knocks him into like a Super Mario Brothers movie ice shaft.
It turns into like a slide, a
that's
water slide.
It's like something out of the Goonies or something.
Yeah. That was so funny.
And then he's telling him, I guess, that he killed William, but he's like, everybody hates me. Create like a bride for me or something, and we'll never really see us again. We'll just take
he wants a companion, which is understandable.
Which is fine.
Make me a woman.
Yeah, and then he's like, then he promises he will, and he's like, I wanted the servant's body that was just hung. Like, I want her. And then Victor's is like, no.
I love that he's able to just take these bodies from the pile, I guess, after they are executed. They're just out and about. Anyone can take them.
Sure.
Eat them.
I mean, when he cuts down De Niro after he'd been hung, it was just like, doesn't anyone see this? It's like in the middle. It's like the town square.
Man, everyone is so smelly and like dying of some weird disease.
They don't care.
Okay. It's like the corpse burner guy is just like, he's doing me a favor.
Yeah, one less body
to burn.
So I guess he kind of gets cold feet, or he like starts to do the reanimation thing, but then he decides, no, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, because it's too personal a relationship, and the monster is like, they're just spare parts. You said that in your book. Blah blah blah.
Or he either doesn't do it, or he says like he can't, or something like that.
I think he backs out, and then
it's wedding fucking night with his bride.
He kills Ian Holm, and then they fucking hightail it out of the...
Frankenstein kills Ian Holm?
Yeah, I think so.
I think Ian Holm just dies of natural causes, doesn't he?
I think he gets scared to death by Frankenstein's monster.
He dies in bed, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they take off. Victor and Elizabeth take off with friends to like this stormy kind of cottage or something like that.
I hope no Frankensteins are going to interrupt us.
He wants to get fucking...
Very, very romantic, beautifully shot scene until... he shows up from the ceiling like a skylight of Frankenstein's monster.
Do you think Frankenstein practiced the move that he does, which he just punches Elizabeth in the heart and rips it out?
I gotta say,
that is
whoa.
That's fucking disturbing.
I was not.
It's like something out of Story of Ricky or Temple of Doom.
Yeah, it is
right through her. And he holds the heart up, and he was like, "You promised, or you broke your promise, or something along those lines."
It's really
because I think that he had threatened to kill her. But if he didn't do this. And now he's like, well, now he has to do it to bring Elizabeth back to life.
But it's...
And I love that, like, after, like, her body gets knocked off, she, like, lands in some candles and lights on fire.
Yeah, this is the point in the movie where everything starts lighting on fire, although it's kind of been happening.
I'm just thinking of, like, O.J. Simpson and, like, Naked Gun, you know, that scene where he's,
Yeah,
like,
whoa.
it's, like, burning his hand.
Wedding cake.
Yeah, I mean, poor Elizabeth at the
Yeah.
second half of this movie.
I remember my friend and I were watching this, like, when it came out on video, and we were shocked at this scene. Like, oh, my God. And we, like, paused the movie. We're like, I can't believe that just happened. And then we, like, rewound it to watch it again. Like, oh, my God.
It's a brutal death for a character that, you know.
Yeah.
is
I mean, it's
kind-hearted
no,
and
like, it would be
just-
cool if he, like, punched through her head, and then, like, he pulled his hand out, and then you saw, like, through the hole in the head.
Well, in the next scene,
That just happened.
he cuts her head off
Yeah.
to put on the body of the other lady that was just hanged. And, you know, it's just a repeat of kind of the scene that you saw earlier in the movie.
Yeah. But it's even more hideous. And again, way too many stitches. Why did he
Yeah,
have
well, I think they tried to justify this one by, like, her face caught fire.
Well, it's kind of
like-
burned and stuff, but she has
suppose you
all
could say
these,
that.
She has
She
all
has, like,
these
this, yeah.
stitches like on her face.
He like cut down the middle of her face diagonally.
Again, this-
I guess to put the brain in.
It's the
Like, what are you
same
doing?
way he cut De Niro. So I guess that's just how he does it.
I don't know. It's
stupid,
like
though.
one hand is like sewn on, like she's got stitches on her wrists. I don't. He's just doing. Does he not know where the brain goes? Like,
He's pretty dumb.
I don't know. It's like he cut her head off.
And I think it's around this time Tom Hulse, who, by the way, is around on the sidelines for all of this, is on the stairs. And when he hears what's happening upstairs,
He's like, no.
and I think he says to Frankenstein, like, you can't do this. And Victor's like, I have to. Like, what else can I do? And he goes, you could let her rest. Let her rest in peace. I can't.
But I swore on my mom.
And that's the that's the crux of this character. If maybe it wasn't explained the best, but that's he's tortured by death, and he is forced now to do this for his loved one, and it's a pretty sad scene when she comes back.
Yeah,
it's awkward.
It's kind of gross, and it's like her and him and De Niro kind of vying for her attention.
like a dog.
Like a dog. Like,
Yeah.
come here, come here. No, come to me, come to me.
And you're unclear how much of her is cognizant.
Yeah, and then she kind of is like, as they're fighting over her, she kind of like looks at her stitches and kind of realizes what's happening and
What she is,
like,
and
sets herself on fire.
does what anyone would do, sets herself on fire.
And then runs screaming down the hallway.
That staircase.
Oh my
she
God.
falls, and then the whole house catches on fire.
That hallway, it's like it was like had
Doused with gasoline.
Yeah, it was just like the house was
Yeah.
painted with gasoline. Like it just goes up like Jesus Christ.
it's so
insane.
great. I mean,
I love it.
there's a lot of I say definitely not an action movie, but there's a lot of action in it, if you know what I mean.
I do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff happening.
It's very bombastic. So
And then I guess we cut to the present day.
yeah, we're
right?
back. I guess
And
after
that's the end of my story.
Wait, one more thing. One more thing has to be said on
I would
fire.
love Aidan Quinn just to be like a skeleton.
Yeah, like it's a Zaz gag.
Yeah, like in an airplane.
But yeah, Branagh is just like, as long as I've told my story, I have nothing else to say, and he just dies.
Yeah, and then you get he's sort of like on the cusp of making a decision to keep going to the North Pole, and I guess
It's like, get back to the mutiny story.
Victor kind of talks him out of it because he says at the beginning, like, "Do you share my madness? Like, my drive." And then De Niro is like crying after he finds Victor's body, and he's like, "Oh, he was my father." So they give him like a nice funeral pyre.
They say, I think, like, come with us.
Yeah, it's like the ship kind of breaks the ice, and Kenneth Branagh's body is like kind of floating off on this pyre.
On a flow.
And he's like, no, he gives him an option, like, come with us, like, we can save you. And he's like, no.
I've had enough of humans or
Yeah.
something. And he
sets
kills
every-
himself too.
He sets himself on fire. And it's like a kind of good visual of like the boat going in one direction and then this fire kind of fading into the fog. It's kind of nice.
And the movie is over. Well, Aidan Quinn, whoever this character is, they're like, which way? And I think he goes home.
So does he tell this story where he's like, man, I went to I went on this big mission, and then I met like a monster man and a guy who told me a story.
Oh, he's got cold
It's a
madness.
bit of a tall tale there, sir.
Ice madness.
And that's the movie.
That's pretty much the movie.
I didn't say my favorite thing, but I liked the whole movie. Okay, I'll say the
my favorite thing is the whole movie.
the electricity scene when they're on the hill running around.
That's funny. Yeah,
They're frolicking. I don't know why. I found it hilarious.
I love the first animation scene where he's bringing Robert De Niro to life. It's just so over the top. It just summarizes everything about this movie that is just entertaining to me. And second of all, when the hell did he build his second lab back at the house in Geneva?
Yeah, it happened off screen, but the exact same.
It looks
lab.
exactly the same. And I'm like, wait a minute, where are they right now?
That was confusing because it's confusing because it's clearly just the same set.
I guess he had it all like shipped back.
He had it moved.
Yeah. All right. Whatever. Did the family ever see it? Did Tom Hulse, like, did his dad like walk into it? Like,
Tom Hulse was just sleeping on the stairs.
Yeah,
he's like a real like Kato Kalin in this movie. He's just like he just hangs out.
He's the fun boy.
Yeah, he lives in the house and that's it.
Wait, what's going on? Whoa. Yeah, what's his tagline? What he can say?
No.
Hey-o! Whoa,
He's just
very anachronistic.
Just on the stairs. Did you see they're remaking Amadeus?
What? Why?
I know. It's like with
Will Sharp.
Paul Bettany and Will Sharp.
No, thank you.
Yeah, and it's somebody posted the Don Draper meme where he's pointing at the board and he's like, "What if?"
Yeah,
it's Amadeus.
Sounds about right.
It's Amadeus, but it's worse than the one that we already have. It's like, yeah.
Well, obviously, I would recommend this movie. It is a fun, Halloween-appropriate watch. It could be better than the Guillermo del Toro. I haven't seen that one, so I'm not going to judge it.
You tell us, Justin, after you see it tonight.
I will. Which one's better?
I'm sure you're going to say that.
I think I can take a guess.
But yeah, I mean, I realize I've reiterated a lot of the points I said in our Dead Again episode, but more people need to see this movie because it's just so much fun. So Dead Again, I was like, no one's heard of this. This I know people have heard of.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's kind
and
of...
probably watch it in class. It was like a classic show in class movie.
Oh, yeah. The teacher's like hungover and doesn't want to do anything.
and I think it's interesting that this was like, again, like a failure of a dark universe type thing. I know they probably wouldn't all meet each other, but they probably wanted to do like, okay, let's do classic novels with prestige-esque directors.
Yeah, I wonder if this had like taken off, if they would do like The Invisible Man or something.
I mean, they did The Mummy later in the decade, but
it wasn't. I don't think Universal.
Different
vibe.
vibe.
You mean the Brendan Fraser one?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah,
different vibe. But I would also recommend this. Is it good? No, it is really entertaining. Just for all the when you just know how Kenneth Branagh is so self-obsessed, it's wonderfully entertaining. Get some friends over.
Watch it at night, a dark and stormy night.
Have some drinks, some cocktails, and you'll be just howling laughing.
And
What about you, Justin?
What?
Would you recommend
Would you recommend this?
No, I found it boring.
Okay. Boring. How dare you?
Yeah, well, because it's so bombastic that like this is what I say like. That and it's got no point of view. I liked all the Kenneth Branagh shirtless stuff. I think like the Frankenstein monster doesn't really look that neat. I like when they go crashing through stuff, and I like the scene at the end where Helena Bonham Carter, bride of Frankenstein, like
she's running through the hallway.
You're saying it's so over the top that you become desensitized to it.
Not really. It's kind of like what's a good example? It's kind of like okay, you know what? It's like Patrick Doyle's score. Just monotonous and loud the entire time.
You're just worn down.
Yeah.
It's funny because I thought that somebody famous would have done the makeup. Like I was like, I wonder if that's Rick Baker. Someone that I'd never heard of before. But the makeup actually lost the makeup Oscar to Rick Baker for Ed Wood, which is interesting.
And I think the makeup on Frankenstein and the other characters is great. So well-deserved Oscar nom on that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just kind of shocked. But, I mean, yeah, Ed Wood was fantastic.
You're shocked. Like Frankenstein's monster would be shocked.
Well, what's the makeup on Ed Wood?
Well, for
Bela Lugosi?
Bela Lugosi,
yeah. Yeah, pretty good. But yeah, if you want to email the podcast, we're at nosuchthingasabadmovie@gmail.com, and we're on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube at nosuchthingpod. And consider supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/nosuchthingасabadmovie. If you are subscribed at the $5 level, you will get a bonus mini episode every 2 weeks. And we just did a bit of a kind of a horror movie Halloween roundup where we talked about all the horror movies we've been watching this October and give some recommendations recommendations and talk about some other things in there. And we also take questions from the audience during those episodes. So check that out if you're so inclined. And if you want to find me, I'm on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube at April Atmansky.
You can find me on any social media under my name, Justin Decloux, DECLOUX.
And same goes for me. I'm Sergeant Zima, SGTZIMA.
Thanks for joining us for a fantastic spooky year and spooky month.
Is the year over?
Well, we've done 3 horror movies now. Will it continue into November? We shall see.
Yeah, has been a spooky year.
It has been, hasn't it? But yeah.
Those tariffs.
Thanks.
And all the other human rights abuses.
Ooh, thanks for joining us. I'm April Atmansky.
I'm Justin DeGoul.
I forgot. Colin Corpsingham.
Corpsingham, yeah.
And remember, there's no such thing as a bad movie.
Especially not when it's Branagh.
Yeah, Kenneth Branagh has never made a bad movie.
Definitely not.